sustainability and healing and self branding. So, all three have a very common connection. Sustainability is what? Thinking about the future, working for the poor of the mid, and also working for environment. These are all for our future generation. Then comes healing. We want to serve the future generations, and we are not able to heal ourselves. If our wound still remains green, how you would be able to do better for the future generations if you can't do better for yourself? Third comes self branding, right? How can you develop yourself until unless you know yourself? You are trying to give a sustainable outcome, but that is only possible when you yourself are fulfilled, and that comes through healing, and also that is how the self development happens.
Welcome back to the Collaborative Canvas Season 2. In a world where life's uncertainties often leave us asking, what's next? Finding clarity can feel like searching for a needle in a haystack. We all have moments where path ahead seems blurry, the choices are overwhelming, and the possibilities are endless yet unreachable. But that's where experts, guides, coaches, they step in. These are the unsung heroes who help us uncover our true potential and navigate the complexities of our lives. Coaching isn't just an advice giving, it's a profound process, a delicate art. And let's face it, not everyone can do it. Coaching requires insights, empathy, and a deep understanding of the human experiences. It is about unlocking the best of you in you, crafting your stories, and building a personal brand that truly reflects your values and mission. Today, I have the privilege and honor of speaking with someone who embodies all these qualities. Anuj Kumar Bhatia. Anuj is a sustainability community practitioner, a Hoponopono healer, and a life coach. Through his journey, he has empowered individuals to realign their lives, overcome challenges, and build meaningful personal brands that speak to who they truly are. In this episode, we'll explore how Anuj uses his unique blend of skill to help others craft a life that's not just successful, but sustainable and fulfilling. We'll discuss the power of personal branding not just as a career tool, but as a reflection of your values, identity, and the purpose. Welcome, Anuj, to the show.
Thank you.
Anuj, we have been lately talking about a lot of things, and transformative journey is in itself is not so easy. I wanted to understand, for the audience, that what is that connection between sustainability, healing, and personal growth, as per you, because you've met so many people, you have given so many advices, you have made a different person altogether from for your clients. What are those things which are embracing these principles to transform into one's life?
Uh, so let me start with my background, what I have been doing, and then how I moved into, healing and life coaching, which I am doing now. So basically, with the background in rural management, I started my journey working for the poorest of the poor and the communities in need. So for almost 2 decades, I have been working in different sustainability programs, right from corporate social responsibility to ESG, environment, social governance. I have worked and headed UN organizations. And what I was trying to find was why I'm doing this, because there are a lot of people who are into MBAs, who are doing big marketing jobs and everything. So I found that somewhere this kind of work was very satisfying and giving me a lot of happiness. And as I moved on in this my journey, there has been ups and downs, and I was trying to understand, because I had a lot of interest in understanding the inner core of a person, what makes you happy, because a lot of people try to explain happiness on the tertiary level, that if I have money, I have fame, I have name, I'll be happy. But I think that's not very true many of the times, and that is how I entered into the world of healing. So, as you had asked the question, sustainability and healing and self branding. So, all three have a very common connection. Sustainability is what? Thinking about the future, working for the poor of the poor, poorest of the poor, working on the bottom of the pyramid, and also working for environment. These are all for our future generation. So we are caring for our future generation. Then comes healing. So the simple thing is, healing is what? If there is a scar, if there is an injury, there is a wound, you heal. That is the meaning of healing. So the if I want to serve, or you want to serve, or we want to serve the future generations, and we are not able to heal ourselves, if our wound still remains green, how you would be able to do better for the future generations if you can't do better for yourself? So that is how sustainability and healing got related. Third comes self branding, right? That is what I self development. Self branding, self development. How can you develop yourself until unless you know yourself? And I think healing and understanding yourself is a journey. Once you have known that, you can be in the world of sustainability. And sustainability doesn't speaks always of environment or people. Whoever is working in whatever environment, suppose you are working for a product, for a company, you are trying to give a sustainable outcome, but that is only possible when you yourself are fulfilled, and that comes through healing. And also that is how the self development happens.
I know everybody, runs through some kind of an issues in their life, whether it is their married life, whether it is their corporate life. And I barely knew, or probably I just knew very few people who have actually come out of that zone and, healed themselves and now are very happy. I think somewhere down the line, to get a personal growth, you really need to calm your mind and head and, body completely, because that's where the blockage gets over and then you start thinking around it. In your experience, how does this self awareness influence personal, and what steps would you recommend to an individual so that they can become their own brands?
Right. So, self awareness is a process which is very, very, I would not say it is about very difficult, but it is all about learning, understanding, and more about practicing. The common point when you speak to people, a general statement comes, I know myself very well, I'm very self aware. But the challenge remains there. So, let me start with what healing I do and how it impacts your self awareness. So, as I was into the journey of my own professional journey, especially for corporate guys, I will speak today for now first. So, I was seeing that when I was not able to cope up with some pressures at the job scenario, example X, Y, Z, whatever, my whole thought process had an impact on my relationships and personal level at home. Because I'm not able to able to take that pressures of the corporate. Your relationships are going bad, your health is going bad, finally financial challenges would be there. So this is where it brought me to a process that what should I do exactly to come out of it. And the healing practice, I am also a Reiki grandmaster, but the healing practice which I do is called as Hoponopono, and this is an ancient Hawaiian technique. Just to give you a background, that it was for specially mentally, there was a doctor by the name Dr. Hugh Lam, and he actually was working with some mentally depressed patients, and he started this he actually I should say researched and found out an ancient Hawaiian technique. There are three parts to this, and that is where the self awareness comes. First is the logical part, second is the magical part, and third is the spiritual part. So what is the logical part? So logical part is, if you see where we are sitting, we are completely energy oriented. Mic, energy, light, or energy. You have a soul, that's energy, which is speaking to my soul, which is an energy. We are all here with energy. So, what first fact is that we believe that the entire universe is are working at the energy level, and we all have energies within ourselves. Everything, phone has an energy, everything. So the fact is, the logical part is, energy can't be created nor be destroyed. It can be only transferred or transformed. So this is the logical part. So we say at the universe level, we all are one. So irrespective, it's your boss, your wife, your girlfriend, your mother, your father, your colleagues down the line, everybody is one at the universal level. So because we are all one at the energy level, energy goes out, your body remains, the soul has gone out, right? So this is first fact, and this is logical. Second is magical. there are few lines which are specific words, and every word carries a frequency, Ankesh. But for example, if you say कि बदमाश है, that has a negative frequency. So automatically that will go to the universe, and that works in that same manner. So these four lines are specifically designed with specific words which will help you to yourself become self-aware and change the environment in and around you. That is second. So that's the magical part. That magical part is so a lot of people ask when this will happen. If I do this 5 times, it will happen, or it will 10 times. No, we say you do it. The magical part is because universe replies to it. It happens when and how, it's not in our hand. But usually from the first day, you will see the impact in your own self-awareness with this kind of healing. Third, the spiritual part. The most important part is you practice. Don't ask for logics to this. Do it. Just practice it, and practice, practice, and practice. I tell my people that don't say when and how. Do it. It's like more you practice, like a maths problem, more sound you are. So these are the three things in this, and the four lines of Hoponopono healing, which everybody means you can check. But why I am bringing this healing into the entire corporate world or in our life? Because it has a direct impact on health, relationship, career, and money, as I said. And this is where, I would say four lines are there. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. So first two lines, you see, I am sorry. Please forgive me. So I am doing a podcast with you. For example, I would definitely be doing something wrong, not even in my conscious mind. Some subconscious mind might be speaking. So best is, I am sorry. Please forgive me. When I say this, you may not be in front of me, but at the universe level, we are all one. So my message goes to you, and you will automatically start forgiving me through the universe. And then the last two sentences says, thank you. I love you. So first two, asking for forgiveness. Second two says that I have that feeling, good feeling for you. And that is where, as you keep doing, you become more and more self-aware.
That's a very beautiful, notion that, you have a logical thing within yourself, and you really need to understand what is that logical thing and how you can do that. And then there's magical part as well, and then it comes to the spiritual part. And you rightly mentioned, it's all about practice. But I also believe that there should be something like discipline and consistency.
You need consistency and discipline, self-discipline, discipline in your life will start coming. That's the magic part. The only thing which you need to do is consistent. And I would say how it has to be done, maybe as we discuss further. But this is where your consistency is very important. That is right, you are saying. One more thing which I speak about self-awareness, one more theory. There are two eyes. One eye is the ego which you have, and a lot of people say apna eye mat dikha, don't show your eye, you arrogance is looking on your face and so on. But there is another eye which nobody speaks about, and that is your soul. So I versus I usually say. So just to give you an example, when you were children, small child, Ankesh, first 5-6 years, we used to do whatever we wish to do, right? Unconditionally. You play wherever you want, you do shit, whatever you want, and everybody will appreciate, right? So just to give an example, for myself example, I used to play football and I missed to kick. Still my dad or my friends or my elders would say, no worries Anuj, try it again. Now, this is where your soul is happy and your soul is open. So everybody is born in this world with an open soul. As you move forward, you become 6-7 years old, 8 years old. You go into schools, college, academics. And when you come back, suppose there was a sports race and you ran and you came back home and told to your family members, yeah, I stood 10th. So they will immediately ask, how many children were there in that 100-meter race? There were 10. Oh my God, Ankesh, you were 10th? This is not right. You failed. So this is the first time we get a message to the fact that I failed, So I said, oh, really? Then I go into my room and I start thinking, my God, this is what is called failure.
That's how the society norms being set up.
Exactly. And that is where your I ego starts. So you start shaping yourself. Your soul starts getting close slowly and steadily. Now you make conditions to be happy. and conditions to be sad. And that is where slowly and steadily you start defining yourself by the society norms, as you told. That if I speak to this person, this is right. If I don't to talk to this person, I will not be looking right. And that is happening in the corporate environment also. That is happening in the personal relationships also.
A lot of people who really wanted to talk to someone, they don't because they fear that what the society would take a hint on
Exactly.
them.
They fear. They have a feeling of I will be feeling myself let down because I am first going and approaching Ankesh to talk. So most of the time we become so conditioned that our soul gets closed, and we are only governed by the external environment, external factors, external people, external conditions, and that is where your self awareness gets completely closed. Your awareness is, if people are clapping for me, I am successful. If people are saying, you guy, you are not good for anything, I have failed. This is becoming so strong that is creating a lot of feelings like anxiety, stress, failure. That has an impact on all four areas: health, relationship, career, and money.
And I think that's where Hoponopono emphasizes the forgiveness and the reconciliation.
Exactly. So, Hoponopono speaks about both forgiveness and reconciliation. But let me explain to you how this happens. Ho'oponopono has words. Words has frequencies. So, for example, if you want to put on Radio Mirchi, you have a frequency. Like that, we all have a frequency. Either we operate at high frequency, neutral frequency, or low frequency. So now, if you are operating at low frequency and you are talking these words, it will still take you up. But you have to be really starting to work at the feeling level, then it works. So let me tell you how it is. So there are four things in our life, we call it as FTBA. What happens is, at the conscious level is the action level. We usually do actions when we are with a conscious mind, but there are a lot of feelings, thoughts, beliefs, FTB, which is at the subconscious level, which is already operating in your mind. Just to give you an example, that I am at the action level, I am in a meeting trying to show my how good I am and what results I have done. But at the feelings and thought level, I already have a block saying that, oh, I have not really performed the way I am. So what Ho'oponopono healing process says, that we should start working at the feeling level. Reason being, feeling is the root. Just to think, if I start thinking, Ankesh looks like something very fishy guy. That's the first feeling starts. Then slowly and steadily, you will see one or two times, and you will see from that feeling perspective, automatically that will become a thought and then a belief. And your actions would be always, even if you start to be very modest and nice to Ankesh, but he will get a message, something is not right. This guy doesn't talk to me in the right manner. This is the way it is. So action level and the feeling, thought, and belief level are not at the same levels. There is a gap. Now, when we start healing, we have to work at the feeling level. Action level, we keep trying. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. These words have a frequency. This is definitely working. It is not that it is not working. But if you want to add 10x power to that, it should start from the feeling level. Plants show green, but the roots are to be really. So that is at the feeling level. If I am doing and I'm thinking, what Anuj has told. So usually we say that put your hand on your heart, close your eyes, and to whoever, it can be a person, it can be a situation, it can be a process, whatever it is, you are asking for forgiveness and reconciliation, talk from within. For example, again, I have big animosity with my boss in the office, or I have a bad relationship with my cancel we say, because it's not there, but with my daughter. So but now, if you are at the feeling level, you have to see your daughter or your boss and say, I am sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. See, at the feeling level, when you go, automatically you will be able to visualize that person, and you have to accept. And one sentence I always add to this many of the times, I take 100% responsibility for whatever thing for person. For example, if you are saying I take 100% responsibility for my cold and cough today, catarrh I have, or I have because it goes for physical or emotional, it is not just emotional. But if you start feeling and talking, your all the blocks are removed. Money blocks, job blocks, health blocks, relationship blocks. So this is what it is.
A lot of time we take a pressure of being in the discipline mode rather than thinking of the consistency part. If I just simply do one thing on the other rather than thinking of I really need to be disciplined of doing it. So that's where the transformative journey actually start. So you rightly mentioned this whole exercise and the belief and the mindset that we really need to shift. What is that one advice you would think our listener can benefit out of it?
So I can only tell the listeners that one, practice it. Don't just listen to this podcast, just practice it 108 times in the morning, 108 times in the evening, and you see the change within 21 days. This is my challenge. And do it for one specific feeling. Now, for example, you are, just to give you that, at the job level or at the relationship level, you are feeling insecure. This is a feeling. You are feeling scared. This is a feeling. You have anxiety. This is a feeling. You have a blockage saying that I may not succeed. So take that feeling into your mind and start talking to it and do Hoponopono 4 sentences with a feeling to it, and you get the results, and you will automatically see the results happening. But yes, consistency is the key. And then another important thing which I would say, another small therapy which you should use in your corporate stress or in your home stress, all 4 areas, you should put some emotions on a water bottle. That is called as water therapy. You should put like clarity, because many of the time people don't have clarity what I'm doing in my job, why I'm doing this. So put clarity. You have anxiety, put anxiety. One side you put the positive emotions, on the second side you put the negative emotions: anxiety, arrogance, anger, whatever you here, calm, peaceful, prosperous, happy. All that you should put in 2 bottles. Fill the water in that at night and drink it in the morning, and keep drinking. When small is left, refill it. Keep drinking it every day. And now I'll tell you the logic behind it. If you see this universe, how much is water? 2/3. If you see your body, how much is the water?
Two-third.
2/3. So water and air carries a lot of energy. The challenge with the people which they are having today, they don't want to practice. And the problem is because most of the people talk negative, feel negative, and thus universe has a very unique feature. It's like in the mountain, you say I love you, it comes 10 times, love you, love you, love you, love you. Universe also just listens to your mind and your words. If you say I don't have money, it will make you 100 times amplified. Okay, means he's asking for. So they don't, universe doesn't says for logic, they just go for what you are asking for. That's the reason I'm saying practice. One small thing you should take. And for testing, I tell most of the people, do with physical problem, like you have a cut or you have headache, you have a shoulder ache, do it and give an intensity. We usually ask people to give an intensity between 1 to 10 before I do the healing with the person. When I do my consulting sessions, so I say, what is your intensity? The person will say, I have 9 in my shoulder pain. We will do the healing together. In 25 minutes, it may reduce to 7, it may reduce to 0, but that is to the universe, but it will reduce. That is the guarantee.
I think most of the time in the corporate environment, people are so much occupied with the situations, with the workload, that bad feelings, automatically come out. I mean, must have seen the larger corporates where everybody just step out for a while to for a smoke or a tea, and then they yield out, they spill out everything that they have to their colleagues. Eventually, what I understood from the conversation is that whatever you say in a negative way, it comes back to you as well. And since you don't have a calm mind, what one advice you think that they should actually practice?
Sure, Ankesh. So there are few small exercises and there are few important words I would request people to write down and practice. The first word is gratitude. So when you wake up in the morning, we all are bogged up so much with different work pressures, targets, promotions, what we call all the eye of outside. What we do is we always start by our day by saying what we need to do and what I don't have. You see, you really approach. Generally, you will see what I don't have. You ask a person, and she will start making a whole list, and that happens in the corporates also. So in the morning, but if you see the other side, we have forgotten to give gratitude. Whereas as a child, we were just giving gratitude. Maybe the language was not understood, but our signals were going to the universe. So I would say one small exercise just to share that, get up in the morning and give gratitude to the universe what you have. See, you have woken up, you are completely fine. There are a lot of people who wake up next morning, have lost their eye, they have lost their leg, or something might have happened. Cancel, but that is so. First, gratitude is thank you. The new day has been coming, and I'm fine with that. Thank you, I have a family. Thank you, I understand myself. Thank you, I love myself. Thank you, I am able to see. There are millions of people who can't see. So, gratitude exercise is very critical. If you start doing 10 gratitudes every day, and those 10 gratitudes should be different from the last day. Please practice this. That is one. Second, surrender. This is another word. Surrender to the universe. I don't say that you should not do your karmas. Do your work, give your best, but rest. It is in the Gita also, like, leave the results to the universe.
Yeah.
So, second is surrender. We don't say. Third, the most important word is let go. In the corporate environment, people are not ready to let go. How dare she spoke to me like this? This is the way they will talk.
Yeah.
Because your external ego is so big that you are not able to understand your inner soul. You don't have the time. Fourth, 10 minutes, talk to yourself every day. Very good exercise, very easy to say, but easy said than done. 10 minutes before going to bed, speak to yourself, speak to your soul, and remember those minutes and days. Try to remember. First 5-10 days, you may not be able to, but you have to practice. When you were happy, even when you were not doing a corporate job, even when you were not earning in millions or lakhs, even when you didn't had a family, but you were still happy. So these are the four things: gratitude, surrender, let go, and fourth is speak to yourself. You should see, most of the time we love others. We forget to love ourselves. Whenever you see yourself, what I am doing, I'm not earning anything. What I am doing, I'm not taking care of the family properly. What I am doing, I don't have the time for myself. Yes. So most important is you start loving yourself. And if you can't love yourself, how you will love others? This is complete bullshit. And lastly, people should not worry what we are doing from the time we are born to the time we are dead. What is that? That is just time pass. Just time pass, that's the word. So what I tell people, do quality time pass. Don't waste your time, day, in trying to find faults with others, trying to be, having jealousy how others are moving fast. No, you appreciate others and see the universe will start blessing you the same manner. So that's all. I think these are the things, if they practice, life would be very different. The only important thing is consistency, as you told. That is the key. Just keep doing. And this is what I am saying, because as a healer, we have first and foremost duty. We should heal ourselves. So just to share about my personal journey, I have been out of work many times. I have been asked to leave from a job many of the times, and I was just a common person, like all. We call ourselves now magicians because we now appreciate ourselves. So start appreciating, loving yourself. That is where the life changes. Thank you.
And then, if you still have any questions, you know whom to reach out to. His details will be in the description box, and you can easily reach out to him. And that brings us to the end of another inspiring episode of the Collaborative Canvas. Today's conversation with Anuj has been nothing short of transformation. uh, Sustainability, embracing the sustainability practices, making your life consistent, changing your lives to healing through Hoponopono, and crafting a personal brand that aligns with your true purpose. Anuj has shown us the power of clarity, intention, and guidance in shaping our journey. So if you deeply resonated with this and it does inspire you, then we'd love to hear your thoughts. Leave us a comment or share the episode with someone who might need a little nudge in the right direction. And other than that, don't forget to the collaborative canvas is just getting started this season. So we have lined up incredible guests who will continue to spark meaningful conversations and inspire positive change. So if you haven't already made sure to subscribe our channel on YouTube and Spotify, do it now. Hit that bell icon so you never miss an episode. Follow us on LinkedIn and Instagram for behind the scenes updates, snippets, and more insights from our guest. And thank you again for tuning in and being part of this amazing community. Until next time, keep exploring, keep creating, and keep collaborating. See you in the next episode.